What's up, guys? Just sitting here watching stuff that a lot of other people should be watching. Alright, me and my brother were talking about this earlier, and he's actually here with me, so Alex, give a shout out.
Yeah.
It's a Micropope. I've been watching the cartoons nowadays, and I'm confused how we went from some of the greatest animated TV series over the 80s and 90s to the stuff we got today. I mean, some of the shows that are being shown today are not that bad, but a lot of them are. For example, SpongeBob SquarePants, stupid show. Batman, the Brave and the Bold. How did he... You know what? Alright. Here's what I'm going to do for y'all. I have a collection of classic TV series, classic animated TV series, that I'm going to show off, and people who are watching this, who do not know your past, listen up. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do, obviously, as I am known as Autobot 410, anyone with a brain stem knows where that come from. Transformers. G1, 1984, vintage. Gotta see it. Got to. I grew up with this shit. It taught me the difference between right and wrong. It taught me about values and stuff like that. Great show. This thing's been around for 25 years. They must have did something right. Okay. Another one. Another Transformers rendition. It was from the 90s. Beast Wars. Beast Wars was awesome. Beast Wars was fucking awesome. Maximals. Predacons. Look. Just Dinobot is worthy enough to see this, is you know, just one of the reasons to look at the show. 3D animation. The first time it had ever been done in a child's animated TV series. First time. And it fucking rocked. Okay, if Transformers is not your thing, completely understand it. If you're more into Japanese animation, like Japanese anime, okay, I got something for you. I got something from your boy. Okay, this is something that my brother was obsessed with as a kid, and I love him to death for it. Robotech. Not that Macross shit. Robotech. The Macross Saga. True. But we did not call that chip the Macross. We called it the fucking SDF-1. Super Defense Fortress 1. This was the shit that got me into Japanese animation. This and Gigantor. That shit was awesome. So, okay. And if you're not into anime, okay. But those who are looking at anime and tried to pull this against me, no. Robotech. Alright. Another one from the 90s. This was another one of my favorites. Sonic the Hedgehog Sat AM, which is what it's called now. Sat AM. Not the, you know, classical, you know, cartoonish comedy one. The one where Robotnik is more of a dumbass than anything else. And here's the fucking thing. It's not Dr. Eggman. No. His name is fucking Robotnik. Dr. Robotnik. Got it? Okay. This series, I found this at a Rasputin. This is the complete series. I found this at a Rasputin for $20. $20. This thing came on at 7 a.m. every Saturday morning, and I barely got to see it at all. When I saw this for $20, I damn near punched someone in the face because they were going to get it before I was. Not today, buddy. Okay, if video game characters not your forte, if you're more like an army brat like me and my brother were, so G.I. Joe. Not that G.I. Joe Renegade shit or G.I. Joe Simply Sense. No, G.I. Joe. 1984, buddy. When me and my brother were kids, it was this, Thundercats, and Transformers. That was the shit back in the day. And they are selling these right now. They even have a complete series now. Just like my Transformers Matrix of Leadership version, they have the exact same thing. The only difference is that it's in a military casing, and that's about it. Check this shit out. I hope you're keeping notes. Alright. Another one that a lot of people don't know about, but this show is really, really awesome, was called Exo Squad. J.T. Marsh and his Exo Troopers. Imagine a mixture of G.I. Joe and a few aspects of Robotech. I mean, it's a interstellar, war between humans and a race of superior humanoid beings called Neo-Sapiens. And I got my first taste of wartime politics through this because, you had to be pretty darn smart to understand this. When I was a kid, all I was interested in were the E-frames or exo-frames. And when I got a little older, you saw a lot of things about, equal rights, treachery, sabotage, court-martials, and shit like that. Really good show. Glad I found it. Alright, now we're going into a Disney portion of this. And I haven't gotten the Disney series that I wanted yet. Well, I did get one of them, but not all of them. Like Tailspin. Awesome show. Gargoyles. Awesome show. Both of them in full DVD, but I don't have the money for them yet. Bonkers. Great show. A tune being a cop? God damn. Chippendales, Rescue Rangers, got that shit from Netflix. I am fucking loving it. And my personal favorite as a kid, this thing was just so awesome, I can't even believe that they didn't release this on DVD sooner. Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck. Oh my god. The song was awesome. The characters was awesome. Jim Cummings did probably one of his best performances in this game, in this TV series. He played Darkwing Duck and he also played Negaduck. I love Negaduck. Negaduck was probably one of the most evil characters I've ever seen in a Disney cartoon series. And it was so believable because he would make evil sound fun. And Darkwing Duck was probably like one of my favorite TV series. I mean, it used to come home at 3. It came on at 3:30. So whenever I was coming home from school, this would be the first thing I see. So look that shit up. They still selling it. They have volume 1 and 2. And Disney Company, please release a 3rd volume. I want to get all of the DVDs for this. All right. Now we go to a DC Comics version of it. Okay. So I'm going to switch up here. All right. Batman the Animated Series. The original shit. This was like, what, 1992 or 1994?
I think 93.
Yeah, I think like 92, 93. This was the first fully animated modern cartoon series. Originally, it was not going to happen, but for a lot of people, including people my age and some people a little bit younger, this was the Batman that we grew up with. This one right here. The one where he was so badass. He was the person that would grab you by your leg, hold you off a building, and say, "You better tell me what I want to know, because my arm's getting tired." There are 4 volumes of this. I got every single one.
Oh, don't forget the Creeper.
And they introduced the Creeper. They introduced the Flash. They introduced Lobo. They introduced Ra's al Ghul. Not Ra's al Ghul, where they got that dumb shit from. Ra's al Ghul. They introduced Jonah Hex. They introduced Etrigan. They had so many cameos from classic DC characters in this thing. It was unbelievable. This was one of the greatest cartoon hero series ever made. If you haven't seen this and didn't love it, there's something wrong with you. Alright, the sequel to that. Batman Beyond. Not as good as Batman the Animated Series, but still pretty fucking good. Terry McGinnis, the person who picked up the cowl after Bruce Wayne got a little too old to do it. It's understandable. He's human. Also a very great series, came with some really, really good villains. You know, Curare, Shriek, the Nuclear Man who was known as Blight. The reemergence of Mr. Freeze in that one episode. Alright, now we're going to the big boys. Marvel. Marvel during the 90s did a lot of things right. And one of the best things they did right was this. The fucking X-Men. When they released this on DVD, I couldn't be happier. When Logan was a badass, Cyclops was still a pussy, Rogue was hot, and Gambit was the very definition of cool. Apocalypse, Mr. Sinister, Magneto, the Sentinels. This was probably one of the most accurate depictions of comic book characters in a cartoon series. I love this series so much.
Not to be confused with Pride of the X-Men.
Yeah, not to be confused with Pride of the X-Men, which I talked about in one of my earlier videos when we were playing X-Men. This is what they decided to go with after Pride of the X-Men fucked up so much. Alright, now we're at the end of the list. Superman the Animated Series. Not as good as Batman the Animated Series, but still pretty fucking good. Mr. Mxyzptlk. Lobo was introduced in 2 episodes called Main Man, which really, really good series. You saw the legendary race between Superman and the Flash, one of my personal favorite superheroes. You saw Dr. Fate. People didn't even know who Dr. Fate was until this series came out. This was a great series. These were all great series. What happened? When did we go from such great television? And this isn't even a tip of the iceberg. We had Gargoyles. We had Heathcliff. Heathcliff. Do you guys remember Heathcliff? And the Cadillac Cats?
Don't forget Garfield.
It's Garfield. Garfield and Friends. He brought up a good point. Garfield and Friends. Great TV series. I loved it to death.
I love the 80s version than the new one they have now. It's just
The new one fucking sucks. It really does.
I mean, Jim Davis is losing it.
Yeah. Is he even still alive?
I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he is. But he's really old now.
But I'm telling you guys, even the stuff they put on Nickelodeon now. Classic Nickelodeon had probably some of the greatest Angry Beavers, Doug. Oh, every single kid who was 11 years old who watched Doug knew exactly what he was going through. Everyone had a Patty Mayonnaise. Everyone did. It was always that one girl that you were too damn embarrassed to talk to. That still happens to me now, and I'm 25 years old. There are women, I went to a Halloween party less than a year ago, and there were women there that I couldn't even talk in public with. And I knew that when I was a kid and I saw Doug go through that same shit, I went through the same thing. That's why I enjoyed watching it. That, Hey Dude, Space Cases, which was, Star Trek for kids. I mean, gee, man, I don't even know what happened. There was a time when you used to get up on Saturday mornings on purpose. On purpose.
There's this one current show that I wonder what the hell happened to, and that is Megas XLR.
You know why they got rid of that? The same reason they got rid of another great TV show, one that me and Alex, watched together, which was, that was like one of the few shows that me and Alex would actually sit down and watch together because we both liked it, was SWAT Cats. They got rid of Megas XLR for the same reason, because some dickwad at the company did not like that it was violent. That's all. What happened? I know there are some people out there that are watching this video right now that are feeling the same way, because this is ridiculous. You had all these great shows, you were doing so well, and then the censors either got a stick up their ass.
And you're wondering why your ratings are going down?
Oh yeah, and they wonder why TV ratings are going down so much? Because no one wants to see this. The people will go out there and buy DVDs. I bought all these DVDs with my own money. Right when I saw them, I have no problem going through the animation and child section at Rasputin, which is the best place to find these things, and spend all my money there. People can look at me weird all they want. I will go in there, I'll be like, oh, Tailspin. Oh, Darkwing Duck. Hey, Thundercats! Another great series. I'm telling you guys this as an 80s child, as a 90s young man, and as a 2010 adult. Don't forget your history. Don't forget what you grew up with. Pass it on. buy these DVDs, find them, and pass them on. Because if we don't, we're going to go into a sea of mediocrity. So, I'm going to put up a couple new videos, including a rant on a demo which I just played, SOCOM 4. I'm going to put that up as soon as possible. And I'll see you guys later when I play some more games and make some more videos. Okay.